from our BMX says, yeah, Shad, rumor has it that you were present for the Ben Hucke Dinosaur Handplant Can. Did he pull it, and why didn't you film it?
So, I mean, if you want to get into that, I'll get into it.
Let's do it. Why not?
Yeah, so Ben did pull that. I wasn't there that day. Him and Jared Sony were there. Uh, we can go over a couple things. Ben is an amazing bike rider.
Mm-hmm.
So, secondly, Ben can hand plant that dinosaur in his sleep all the time. Jared, not really. He's just a hard ass old school BMX rider. He would never let something go up like that. Like that would be against all of his, morals to post something like that. Two of my buddies were there. My buddy Marty McFarland, old school vert dude, still rides. My buddy Matt was there. Both of them saw him do it. Ben was riding for the shop then. It was like right before. It was like literally weeks before he got on Dan's comp.
Mm-hmm.
And we were starting to film a Welcome to Goods edit. And Ben and I have been friends since he was really young. And we went there to film it one day. And I mean, all my tapes are thrown just in these things. I just pull them out. So we go there and we're going to film it. And Ben's like, it took me quite a few tries for Jared. He goes, but we'll get her. So he starts doing it. And first few ones he does handplant can, lands, and just puts his foot next to his pedal.
Mm-hmm.
To where you're like, oh, he can do, where you're like, you can do this.
Yeah.
He's got the whole motion. He's just got to stomp it. I think he got a shinner. And then we literally got rained out. It just started raining. And we're like, we'll come back and get it. It wasn't even a thing. We're like, we know we can come back and get it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep working on the project. Like literally a week later, Ben's on Dan's comp. And we never did anything with it. And to be honest, we never even thought, because I think no one up here thought it was that big a deal, because we'd see Ben handplant that thing all the time.
Yeah.
Dudes have done handplant bar spins. Dudes have done all these things. So we didn't really think, oh, Ben doing a handplant can was really that. I mean, it's an amazing trick, and the cover was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But we never thought that it was like a bigger thing than it was, because we're like, of course Ben can do that. Ben,
Yeah.
And that was right at that time where no one really had video on their phones. It was right before then.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of dudes have had covers before that were never in video. Joe Rich doing the Fufanu at the Primo compound back in the day. Our BMX, but I know Ryan wasn't there then, but Ride ran a cover of oh shoot, hold on. They ran a cover of Jerry Bagley. Not hating on Jerry Bagley. Jerry's super nice, always been very nice to me when I met him. Doing a tail whip from picnic table to picnic table, and he stomps his foot on it. It's at the end of Mosh Easy Style. They ran that as a cover. That's on video, him not pulling it. No one gives Jerry Bagley shit,
Yeah.
But I think people like to give Hucke shit, but Hucke pulled it. Like, dudes can say he didn't. They want to hate on Ben. Oh, Ben had one of the sickest covers ever. I'm going to hate on him. But it's like two legit dudes that I know who would never lie about that said they were there.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Sony wouldn't lie about that. He was there. Ben, watch him ride. He's good enough. And I saw him come damn near close when we went back to film it. So, and I have this conversation with lots of dudes. They'll come down, they'll be like, did Ben pull that? I'm like, what do you think? Like what world did Ben go around faking? I mean, he's not Fred Blood, and only old dudes are going to get that. But Fred Blood, which he was still an okay bike rider, and he was a pro roller skater in the early 80s. He rode for General, but he was known for posing photos back in the 80s, flatland photos. But Ben, he did crazy. Ben did everything, and he's so good. When people just want to act like he couldn't do this one trick that he could do 90% of it every time, other than the can. It's like, come on, guys.
I almost feel like, and this might be a hot take here, but I almost feel like saying that Ben Hucke didn't land that trick is like when people say that they hate Nickelback.
I mean, yeah, it's turned into more. I think half the dudes even do it. Like, I've talked to Charlie about it. I've talked Catfish about it. I think they like the idea of just posting it because the memes are funny. Ben's like, that's funny,
Yeah.
But it's like, if you're really doubting his bike skills or if he did it and the dude's involved, come on.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then there's so many, and literally, if people are like, why didn't he film it on his phone? It's like, well, look at the year on it. Really, no one, it was like another year and a half or so before people really started having cameras on their phone.
Yeah.
Instagram, I think it just started then, and it was just pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What year would that have been?
I want to say, I honestly, is it that might be 2010?
Yeah, dude. I mean, the iPhone literally came out in 2007.
Yeah, it could be wrong. It could be like 2011, but I mean, Ben was on Sputnik.
Yeah.
You know, and that's been a while.
Yeah.
You know, he was on Sputnik, but I mean, dudes always want something to chat about, you know, but there's lots of covers that were never in videos, and I think there's lots of covers that didn't get, but there's lots of ads. I mean, we talked about Asado a bunch, and I love Dave, but there's that Demolition ad with him doing the Canadian on the fence. He didn't pull that.
I just learned that recently.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, and I don't think Dave was happy that ad got ran either. But I know Dave, I know he came really close to pulling that, but he didn't pull it, you know, but no one's going to go to Sato about that stuff. You know, it's like, which of course you shouldn't. It's Dave Asado, but it's like, you know, it's like, but to underestimate, you know, Ben's skills, it's just like, come on, guys.
May 2010 was the cover.
Yeah. So then I think that got shot in the fall of 2009, you know, because you got to think about how magazines work then.
Mm-hmm. Right. It had to have been ahead of time.
I want to say it was the fall of 2009 because it was starting to be, our rainy season was starting. I know it was about to roll over into fall, you know, and when we went to film it, and that's why we got rained out. So he did that in 2009.
So did I hear you correctly in saying that you have footage of almost pulled attempts?
Somewhere. I mean, if the tape's there, I literally have a box of like 300. I mean, one day I'll pull it and I'll post up the raw footage on Snakebite.
It's going to be amazing.
I've been like, Ben. I mean, Ben doesn't, he has a bike. He doesn't, he you know, he has a kid. He does lots of other things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, I go, you could literally break
BMX
God. One day. Just went and did that and just like posted it on your Instagram, like bink, like didn't say anything. Just bink.
No caption, no nothing. Oh my, can you imagine?
Like, don't say nothing, just post it and then be like, I'm done.
Yeah, post it with a microphone.
He's like, I don't need to do that. He's like, he goes, that's not why I ride. That's not why I rode, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like, so, which I get it, you know?
Yeah. Regardless, it's a fun conversation to have.
Oh, it's a great conversation. Dude, they're super fun. I mean, like, but yeah, anybody that's like doubting it, it's like, come on, guys.
Okay.